Africa jama aloma kumi aloma wig don kumi wig natale
la mulu sulobe kankatola Kombori el Mario jatobe kankatola Ani tuste de la jammi Kombori el nata tuste de la jammi Kombori el nata Sana la mulu sulobe kankatola Kombori el Mario jatobe kankatola
Ba dambe nyameng akoranyi nide inan sama manang kana tabasa mala koral bige karo kare sedo mondinjo sanje kelin sanje fula torfanan ninta fuare ya bedame nyinnim fewtinano kununja manata sama fentina kare koral bige karo kare sedo mondinjo sanje kelin sanje
ku yoddu sa xat te quality jas na ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jas na pire soo ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality jas na your number one stop shop ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality jas na amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice waaye fàttewuñ fa diw yi ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jas na amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg dama ne atum ren jii ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jas na ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi makeup artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay makeup product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofa sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality jas na si 250 01 24 ak quality jas na taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye it bégal sa alaaji aas
Gambian talent TV sports, Wednesday sports review, and of course, with me here, my colleagues, Raymond Youth, and of course, Yahya Sedi, right? And we're bringing you, exclusive sports. 90% Gambian sports exclusively, inclusively, per se. And of course, we got to go beyond this continent. Some transfers in the European, football scenes and other different sports. So keep watching this, that comes your way every Wednesday. Until then, let me hand over the microphone to, of course, my brother, who is Raymond Isaac Jup, who will actually introduce himself, and then we Raymond.
Thank you very much.
Great.
I am Raymond Isaac. We'll be talking about the improvement, the development of this country.
Most definitely.
So we'll be dealing with the local sports and, like you said, international sports and like.
Yeah. And then now over to Yaya Sedi. Can you introduce yourself? People from there.
Okay, thank you, beautiful viewers. My name is Yaya Sedi. I'm here with Modu and Raymond. So today we'll be taking you through to the sport review we will do every Wednesday. So this sport review will consist of mainly it will focus on local sports, the Nawetan. As you all know, in the Gambia right now we are in the time of Nawetans all over the recognized zones in the Gambia, like Manjai, Serekunda East, Serekunda West, Nawetans all over the country, Bakawato, and all other places.
Yes.
So this show will be focused on mainly on local sports.
Yes.
And maybe some Gambian players that are playing abroad. You also shift our attention to those players as well.
Exactly. That's very important. Like you rightly mentioned, we wouldn't talk about football without mentioning, European, I mean, we have a lot of our professional football who have been out there in the European front. So, I mean, one like, I mean, Ibrahim Akoli, who actually impressed yesterday in Young Boys encounter against Galatasaray, where they won, I mean, 4-2 on aggregate. And then he did a magnificent performance. Congratulations to his team as they secure their promotions, I mean, to the, I mean, Champions League. Meanwhile, we have, our colleague, the journalist who is actually in the Upper River region, who will shortly join us through a telephone call, and then he will also give us some updates as far as Navetan is concerned in the Upper River region, because this time of the season we all know Navetan Jamborees. These are things that every Gambians are focused at, and they actually make our day so lovely. So until then, we got some little international stories that we need to clear out here before we come back to focus on home matters here. But just to remind you also today, Gambian gaffer Jonathan McKinstry also unveiled his 23-man squad at the GFF Football House here. We'll also bring you the players that were able to make the squad, and some of the players who have not been selected due to some reasons. Some were having playing time in their respective clubs, and of course we have some fresh legs that has been introduced into the team. And then our colleague who is Sedi was at the press conference before I moved to Juve. He will actually tell us what actually transpired there. Meanwhile, we'll also bring an excerpt from McKinstry's press conference, where he stated the reasons as to why some of the players could not actually make the squad. Sedi, you were at the press conference. B, can you actually tell us what really transpired there in Mandinka to, of course, hook our local listeners as well?
Okay, madun ka fo comme modi afo angali kala nyami bina fulani men ka kaw o nyama. So bi somonda mbelun football house le jefe football house dami alon ko Gambia la coach mun kata Jonathan McKinstry ay mo squad ko man mun tara fo kanya mo aning nani. Squad ni mu yatna squad ni man wala next month mun wala ne karo mun kana abe game so tala mi an ko be kala afcon qualifiers wa afcon qualifiers mbajela la ko Gambia be pili la against Comoros. So ni bota woto ibida pili la against Tunisia. So mbajela ko game fulol be manka game easier na lon ko Comoros currently a form so in their World Cup qualifiers qualifying games, and najela fanan ko Tunisia also comme kojo fon ya fanya mala diamora ko comme modul ka fanya comme Tunisia is the in the German of Africa. Comme it will qualify because quel problème modi. So ni da tournament to rega problème so bar comme ka foka qualify ka tournament to is not a problem to Tunisia. So wala na anyimu 24 kuma ni mo ni nani. So ni mo ni nanon wala be ni game flul pi la miyan ko wala bina la next month. So ni kamala comme ni squad fana ay mol kuma ne miyan ko June campol miyan ko wal mantarje. Mol fana drop tal miyan ko June camp ibijele, but this time due to one or two reasons imam make no, so ko ya decide ka gal drop.
Exactly. All I'm talking about. The move to Raymond Ishak. Can you please list the names of the players that have been called up for this time? If you got the list with you there.
Okay.
And
the name of the players are Ibrahim Ajaju as goalkeeper. You have Lamin Sedi as goalkeeper. You have CSCB goalkeeper, and you have Omar Koli. You have Ibu Toure. You have Daddy Dudu Job. You have Seni Sanyang. You have James Gomez, Idrissa Cissé as the defenders. The midfielders, Hamza Bari, Alassane Mane, Ibrahim Adams, known as Ibu Adams, Ibrahim Dabo, and Ablaye Jallo Jamanu. The forwards, you have Ibrahim Koli, Aliou Fadera, Musa Baro, Yankuba Minte, Musa Juara, Adama Sidibe, Ali Sow, and Abdoulaye Cissé. So the new inclusions in the coach team. For the upcoming qualifying games include these players, because we have seen that the coach have taken a very brilliant step in inviting one of the home-based players that is called Lamin Sedi of Real de Banjul.
Of course, yeah.
Lamin Sedi had a very good season with Real de Banjul. He impressed. This performance impresses the coach, and that led to his call up in the national squad.
I think it's a well-deserved one. Yeah, sure. Indeed. To Isaac Diouf now, for the past 3 days or 4, you've been going up and down at the Serekunda, is Mini Stadium, as you all know. Like they said, it's the theater of Gambian football. Is one of the best zones so far. Can you give us some of the results that transpired during, the weekend, and of course, yesterday, the game between, Leeds FC and of course, Bayern Care, and then we pick up from there.
Yeah, so thank you very much. As you all know, CESDO, the Serekunda Sports Development Organization, it's sponsored by Africell. Yeah, and the games they are overwhelming, and it's the home of football. Just like the fans usually say, it's the home of football. the fans, the ambience, everything going on there. You really enjoy it. You really enjoy the game.
Sure.
So based on the my research and the games I witnessed on the 2nd of August 2024 on Friday, T Snookers won London United 2-1.
Okay.
Baburama Cisse and Modou Lamine Mane scored the goals for TK Snookers, and London United Hassan Jabi scored the goal for them. And the DBO and T Central also played the same day at 5 o'clock. Babukar Njai Ibrahim Mendy scored the goals for DBO, and the T Central Sheikh Tijan Jalo scored the goal.
Good. I mean, thank you for those wonderful updates, Raymond Isaac Diouf. And of course, like I said, when we talk about Gambian football, we cannot just limit it within the Greater Banjul area. Of course, we need to move all the way to, the Upper River region. The combo is, over the weekend, Pirang drew against Bonto, where both teams could not score. And of course, Duasu also were defeated by, Maniraba were defeated by Duasu Aspuna. These updates were provided to me by, Binta, Jaju of Pirang, who is actually there at the Comboys Sports. And our colleague who is Fode, for the journalist who is currently in the Upper River region, I will reach out to him, and of course he will give us some updates as far as Nawetan is concerned in the Upper River region of the Gambia. But before we bring info, I will come back to you. You've been to you've finished several games there, and then I don't know if you have been to Manja yet, but if not, the caliber of footballers we are seeing in this tournament is just exceptional. Like I said, for me personally, Nawetan is one of my favorite league, irrespective of the first divisions, the second division, the third division. I have utmost respect for these leagues, even though they're not more professional. But then Nawetan at some point came on, the ambience and the young, the grassroots talents you spot, it's just crazy. It's really it's really nice. What do you make of that?
Based on that, like Raymond rightly mentioned, the fans will tell you that Serekunda is the home of football. So if you see that the fans say something like that, it's like they have evidence, they have proof, they have belief in themselves, they have the belief in their community, and as Serekunda is. So when you watch some as a witness of some games, I watch some games. So I have seen so many young talents, so many young talents across Serekunda East. When you reach at Serekunda East, you see real talents. You see young lads who are ready to play football, and they can do it when they get the support. Kids, boys are ready to play. The boys are in the Gambia right now are ready to play football.
We really have the talent. We really have the talent. We just need people to come actually invest into these youths, and then kudos to Serekunda Sports Committee and all the other zones within, in the country. And over to Redmond. You've also hailed from Combo Ace, at least. In fact, you're a footballer. You play football, and then you've watched several games in Combo Ace. How is football in Combo Ace? Can you actually tell us a little bit about it?
So football in Combo Ace, it's really improving. Like if you are to judge it with back at days, like it's really improving, because now you'll see that people have aggravated. There are many youths coming up to play football. Children play football maturely. If you see them, you will really appreciate them. The likes of Pondo and Kuloro and Pirang, those ones are teams whereby if they meet, it's always a derby. The games are always critical to play. The games are always critical. Even if you are watching, you enjoy it. That's why you see Pirang and Bondo have to do this game, because nobody will expect a team to win there. It's always tough.
It's always tough.
But football in Combo Ace, it's really developing.
So that's true. Gone were days when people said football is a Combo Villaneka, see Banjul Villaneka, but then now you can even go to Fonyi, you spot out good players, you go to the Jaras, and then the list goes on. Now I think I have to call for the journalist. He will give us some updates in the Upper River region there, and of course give us some Gambian transfers as well. As we all know, he is one of a reliable sports journalist in the country, if not the best, but he's one of the great guys who are actually doing good. And then let me try if I could reach him, and then he will actually give us updates as far as Nawetan is concerned in that zone in the Upper River region. And then, but meanwhile, Adam, also, if you can actually give us the reaction of Coach McKinstry as to why he omitted certain players and then bring in new faces to actually introduce them and give them a chance. As he talked about the reasons why some players could not actually make the squad. So you can actually bring that for our viewers, and then let's hear and see the reaction of the coach.
Well, then, not getting minutes with their club side, well, then, international football isn't about being nice all the time. It's about the guys who are performing, who are ready to come and play at their best, because that's the expectation of you in the media, it's the expectation of the Gambian public, and it's also the expectation of us as a coaching staff that we have players playing at their maximum. Okay? So, in terms of the squad itself, we're naming a 24-man list, okay? Which obviously on match day, one will have to sit out because it's 23 on match day, but just for balance and competitiveness, we're naming a 24-man list, okay? So the goalkeepers, Ibrahim Jarju, Sheikh Sibi, and Lamin Saidi of Real de Banjul comes into the squad this time, so 3 goalkeepers. In defense, we've got Ibu Toure, Saini Sanyang, Joseph Cisse joins the squad for the first time. Daddy Dudu Gay, Mamadou Njai joins the squad for the first time. Omar Colley, James Gomez, and Idrissa Cisse. In midfield, we have Hamza Bari, Alassane Mane, Ibu Adams, Ibrahima Darbo, Moussa Barrow, and Ablai Jallo. In the forward line, we have Ibrahima Colley, Aliou Fadera, Moussa Jawara, Yankuba Minte, Adama Sidibe, Ali So, and coming in for the first time, Abdoulaye Cisse over at Paide, the young striker. Okay, so that's the 24-man list. Like we said, there's a few players a bit unfortunate to miss out, I would have to say. There's a few players' injuries, like even this morning, I actually fielded a phone call from one player who would have been in the squad, but an injury has cropped up and he's not at 100%, so we've made the decision to not bring someone who's 100% rather than, we want to bring people who are able to come and really push. So that's the 24-man squad. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have. I'm sure there'll be some. And yeah, so back to you, over to them.
Thank you, Coach. So as customary,
Upper River region, and of course give us some transfer updates and his take on the unveiled squad of McKinstry. Good afternoon, good evening for journalists. How are you? You are live at Gambian Talents TV, and then Mondays, Wednesday sports review. I hope how is it in the Upper River region? I hope you are okay.
Yeah, we keep it well.
Great. Can you give us some Nawetan updates? In the Upper River region, what transpired during the weekend there, and then from there we can also move as we all knew today, McKinstry unveiled our 23-man squad prior to the AFCON qualifiers, and then you share your insight as per the squad as well.
Yeah, for the Nawetan investor already, it's almost and progress with him.
Okay.
Now getting into the round of 16 for the senior Nawetan, and as that happened, the senior Nawetan take school. Now the under 23 Nawetan begin, and that one started on Monday between Basel last format, Basel format FC and Basel, which ended in a 2-2, and Basel format will come behind to throw the game. And today, yesterday again, the young teams also locked on Kiroba and Aya. The game ended 3-3. And today we're hoping to see the Manji FC Basel, Sporting Real Basel, a new club in Basel. Will be also losing on to the national train Nawetan. So for the senior Nawetan, it has almost come to the end of the group stages. Now waiting for 2 or 3 games complete, then the round 16 physical. So as of now, we are yet to get the official confirmation of the things that we will be meeting in the round 16. But we can confirm that it is almost at the end, and hopefully, I think about 13 to 14 teams have been confirmed as you know qualified teams for the round of 16 in the Basis with America.
Thank you so much for those wonderful updates. Gone are days when people said football is a combo Villanega, football is in the combos, in the greater Banjul areas. You've been in Bashe there for a while now. How do you see those talents out there compared to the ones compared to the ones in the greater Banjul areas and in the, kind of things and the West Coast?
Yeah, for me, I think you just have the mentality to say, okay, rural people, they're rural people. They have nothing compared to those in the rural area. Maybe the difference could be the opportunities available to those in the urban areas, compared to those in the rural area. It's huge, there's a huge margin. But again, if you talk about natural talent, if you talk about the commitment, the effort to be put into the game, for me, I will tell you that you find that in the rural area. We have raw talent. Most of our players that we now scouting about, we now, hoping to see them at the top level. Of course, they are from the rural area. You may not know, but if you really do some background check, you know that they are from rural area. They may one or two times, played in the rural area or even had their careers in the rural area at the grassroots level. So there is huge talent in rural Gambia, not only Upper River Gambia, but you look around the Central River region, the LRR, the North Bank region. You have a lot of talent in this part of the country. And like you might have known, a club from Soma will be competing in the fourth division of the national league, and that tells you a big message about what we have in the rural area. So there is huge talent, there's commitment and effort, that these young stars put into the game compared to the
Yeah, that's very right. And then hopefully, investors will actually come in and invest into those youth. As you said, they are brilliant football. We have a lot of talents in the rural Gambia. And then now, as we all know today, exactly. And today, as we all know, our gaffer, Mark Kinstry, has, unveiled his 23-man squad prior to our AFCON qualifiers. What do you make of the squad? We've seen some fresh legs or new faces in the squad, which so many people commended as a sport journalist and, of course, a pundit. What do you make of, the gaffer's, 23-man squad?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think, this coach is in the right direction, now he took over, during the last outing. We have all seen how he managed to at least, get a win, out of the four key games that he took in charge with, limited, available person players. He has to, put his hope and, expectation on the young staff. Of course, he brought them in with, the limited time of training. He was able to pick at least a point or 3 points from those two games. You all know what happened in the Gabon case. Of course, you may say, okay, if that was in the case, we would have at least picked a point against Gabon. But yeah, that's it aside. He came for he's coming for this outing against Comoros and Tunisia. The national team. And these are the players that we think we can go with whenever you have a situation like this. the likes of Hamza Bari playing game in, game out. They've not been with us in the previous outing. Abdul Jallo, Ali Sow, you count them, so having them back, it is going to really help the team. And the new players like Joseph Cisse, to me it's not a surprise because I know very well that his brother must have played a part in convincing him to come and play for the Gambia.
Sure.
During some sunset time, you could ask from sunset and he will tell you that Joseph will tell you he's not ready to play for the Gambia. But maybe there is, due to his personal reasons or something that he has seen and he's not very much comfortable with. And he feels like, okay, we cannot come and play for the Gambia for now. But Jonathan said it in his press conference. When, he reached out to Joseph, Joseph told him that, what, whenever you miss me, I'm coming. And that tells you that, there must have been some changes, that he has seen. And he's convinced enough to say, okay, he will choose the Gambia over Sweden. He has played for Sweden, Swedish, youth teams on the 17, on the 19, on the 20. But now senior team, even though he's around 30, almost 31 now, he's decided to play for the Gambia, and it will be an added advantage to the national team. Mohamed Lion Jai is another player that maybe not all Gambians are paying attention to him, but the few that are played, watching his game, knows the type of player he is. He's a ball holding defender, a very good one for that matter, and him coming to represent the Gambia over Norway, or like the likes of this the Man City boy, Oscar Bob, he's a Gambian decent. He could have also come and represent the Gambia over Norway. But you look at the levels, maybe you would think, okay, he's playing Manchester City, he deserves to play in Norway than the Gambia, So I'm just trying to say that. But for Mohamed Lion Jai, he thinks, okay, coming back to his roots, then the Gambia, we help him. And we also help the country. And now he's coming back. Abdullah Cisse is not surprising, he has done well for the Banjul before moving on loan to KDL in Estonia. And we have seen in 10 games he scored, 4 goals and assisted about 3. Those are good numbers for a young star like him. Just 20 years of age, moving to Estonia, first professional contract, scoring, so, involving yourself in those number of goals. Just 10 appearances, and for me, I think he truly deserves this call-up, and we expect him to, of course, if he will not play fine, is the first call-up. We should also learn from the senior players that are there, like of Aliso, Adam Asuli there, he could learn from those people. But it's a very good thing for him, and let's look forward to what comes in, against Comoros and Tunisia. But for me, I'm very much in support of this squad. I think it's a well-deserving call-up for everyone that is on the league.
Yeah, I believe, because when the gaffer unveiled his squad, there has not been a lot of noise on social media, because we all know that during Tom's era, so there's some people actually feel like, look, this individual doesn't deserve to be in the squad. But when Mackenzie made this announcement, unveiled this squad, almost 90% or 95%, so to say, are really satisfied with this squad. We've seen the balance and everything, it brings people that have been minutes in their respective clubs, it doesn't have to be you that have been there all the time, but then minutes is what matters. And then he actually did that. And now, can you give us some updates, some local Gambian transfers, players that have moved from one club to another in the European front out there, and then we wrap it up for you there.
Yeah, for the transfers, we've seen some official transfers today, like Mohamed Badamosi, Scottish striker, agile striker, who has secured a move to Standard League in Belgium Pro League, from FK Kokovici in Serbia. He has secured a loan move to Belgian side, and of course, with an option to buy. If they convince with him they want to fix him, they can buy him, and that there is a price already set for that, 500,000 euros. That's the price he pays should buy him after the loan sale. And of course, the Standard League are going to be paying a loan fee to FC Kukoriki for 75,000 euros. Wow. It's about $5.9 million.
Sure.
And of course, for the 500,000 transfer fee is something around 34.4 million, something like that, dollars. So it's a good move for Mohamed Badamosi, who has been on loan to Saudi Arabia last season. He has been with Al Azim. Unfortunately, they relegated to the Yellow League from the Saudi Russian Pro League to the Yellow League at the second division. And now in that, and if you can alone move to Belgium. And I think, it's his second thinking, but I'm sure it's his second stint in Belgium. And I'm sure he's going to pick it from where he stopped. And of course, continue on that, impressive form that he has been with the national team. And hopefully we see him back soon. And the other guy who also secured a move this day is Yusuf Ostanyang, a young Gambian star who has been playing for Senegalese club, Tengue FC. He has been outstanding with Tengue, and of course, that is the eyes of the Senegalese authorities, convincing him to play for them. And he did. He played for the under 20, and he represented them at the All African Games, and I even understand he was included in their on the 20 games for the Wafu Zone A championship that is coming up in Liberia. Wow. But whether he will come or not, we don't know.
Let's see what the
He
future
might
holds.
finally come back to Gambia and go on country, the Scorpions, and play for the Scorpions at any level the cricket, maybe even on the 20s or even the national team. They also secured a move to Swedish Astravenka side. Let's say the Basteras, from Tengue FC on a loan deal with also an option to buy if they're
Well, we lost signal from that end, but then we'll get to Fode back again and then see. I think that was a network error. But meanwhile, Raymond, like you had Fode said, we Gambians actually we are in the spotlight now. I mean, we've seen a lot of players that have been moving to Europe, play different clubs. And then I think now it's high time for actually parents to really invest, or authorities to invest in their sons to actually go and then play football. It's very important, as we all know. We can see now there's been a lot of developments in Gambian football, and it's more of a motivation for every youth out there trying to play football. And then I will try and get back to Fode. I think we lost signal from there, but meanwhile, Sedi,
yeah,
fem fo mole bang me bore kam manja tundo nyindo.
I'm okay. Manjay Digsol will Burkane, Manjay are in their second round of fixtures. So games will be played, Manja for an interesting games will be played Canjela. So Najela come Monday, ye breaks around nobody. Fixtures all start from Tuesday, come up to date fixtures all Burkan Hansen. Manja also come near football continent in the Gambia. Manja also you count them as one of the best. Because Manja Fana is a well recognized on Mialanko, young talents will produce the Mialanko Sante Banko Nipona. So coming to the like what Fode was saying about the absence of some key players in the squad, I think the transfer of Badamosi led to the omission of Badamosi in the squad, because Badamosi was running a transfer from he's set to Standard the League in Belgium. Yeah. So that led to the omission of Mohamed Badamosi to the squad, and the likes of Adam Mbojang, like the coach rightly mentions. The coach says some players miss due to one or two reasons. One is either you have injury, you miss, or the secondly you are not having minutes with your team. Like the case of Adam Mbojang, you have seen that Adam Mbojang have not been having minutes recently with his team. So this Abdoulaye Bojang, his replacement, Abdoulaye Cissé is a wonderful striker. Even before even before the unveiling of this squad.
Yes, Fo is back. We lost signal out there, and then Fo, sorry for that, and then you can continue before we stop.
Just I was talking about Super Tanya.
Yes.
From on Monday, they're not going to buy an hopefully, they could also come back and Motherland and India. So hopefully, I mean, we are able to make that party. And another transfer that just happened is Abubakar Kante, the player who has been playing for the Scorpion, who has played on the contender. I think one in a friendly match in Turkey, when he played with him, they won two time around there. But he has not been called up to the Scorpions. But of course, he has been playing with the Spanish side for winning this cup. He has been in this cup until January 2024, then he left. After the trial terminating his contract. He has been without a club until this summer. Of course, that is a good contract from the difficult, but of course, that's like a contaminated now this year, that's it is announced today. Um, yeah, for other transfer that you need to look forward to could be so far guy, Scotland striker, could be moving to Santos, from Brazil, on a loan from Almatia or Qatar side. And of course, the deal is on, just ready for division, and then it will be announced. Hopefully, in the next 24 hours, there is supposed to move Santos will be announced. Finally, that they also looking forward to clarify the Atalanta Scotland striker to understand that in Saudi Arabia following up, they need a loan from his current team, the market team, rather than Saudi alone, which we trying to clarify for now. We can get information accurately before we get up and the possibility that they can move out from the market team to the Saudi club, maybe Al Ahmoud or another club in Saudi. So it's an interesting time ahead in the transfer, but I'm sure, we are expecting, a lot of them like last summer. But yeah, they put out before the transfer closes finally. So, but so far so good. This is what we have today for the transfer. And hopefully some good come before the transfer closes.
Well, thank you so much for the journalist for having you. I mean, it's always a pleasure to, of course, have you on this program. And then, meanwhile, next Wednesday also, we'll actually look forward to, get to you as you give us the latest developments happening in the world of sports as well. And thank you for your time for. Yeah. Well, that was for the journalist. I mean, in the Upper River region out there, as you all know, he's one of the country's prominent sports journalist, and then he gave an insight of our Gambian footballers, ranging from transfers, performances, and of course, his take as far as the 23-man squad of the our coach McKinstry's squad is concerned. And then now, to Raymond Juve, I was about to talk to you, and then I engaged Yusuf, and then he said he was talking about Nawetan's ongoing in Manjai, and then now I will come back to you. As you are a correspondent in the East, East Park. So can you tell us about how does Nawetan feel like in the East Mini Stadium? If you can say this in Wolof, it will be good, at least to also hook our Wolof listeners. If not, because I know you are a village boy, probably your Wolof might not be that much good, but you can use English or Mandinka or whatever language favors you, and then ngatani wala,
Yeah. Waltindula. Ñin Gambian talents they export news ngakele every Wednesday. So concerning about East Mundulami alongoldi comme ikafonya in fansol kafonya min ko football o bota woldo. Ambiance o nyinga ke woldo.
But iko fansol kafonya min. For are you trying to say ko fansol la for what that's not the reality of what happened?
But you don't have for yalon demalo.
But then you've been there, you've been going there for coverages, and then you've seen what has been happening on the ground. So, what is your general overview of the Nawetan? Yes, your opinion matters here now. Tell us. For the is the reality or matter what?
Dela jero fanando kaya no to nyalo ngode bije na football o bije o skunu fon ndara jere fon ba niwe jemo jibe kan Leeds United against Bijanker. So but ni
okay.
Dogel le jemo jibe play the nyangi to so overwhelming. Dogel play kuda le fon dogel fon le free go keje.
Okay.
Long range fon ay ball fon lipa fon.
That's good.
So all those things ikajele go dogel talent totally but yalon ko mo imbe ma ko la. Ko ya fo nyaanja rek ko mo imbe ma ko la pour aggraver e futa o level ni do o ga problem. Gambia jam football o ja su lobi jende. Bari ko yalon nyo ma ko ni mole ka dasa.
To nyalo
woti. Ande katanga train boy after si boy nga struggle fananga sama role sam fon at least timol fana nyanda nyo de malo
mo sifal
no football bi jel nak is football bi jel
is football bi jel
ambiance o nyim fango min gaga na di ambiance o nyim
Nawetan is about that. Ambience is one of the most important things, and then the performance of the grassroots footballers. Yeah. Okay, what's popping? We were talking about Manja. How do you see that zone? Their footballers. Do you see any future pros in their midst in the tournament as far as the Manja League is concerned?
Yeah, Modu, a whole lot of future footballers, future professional footballers. That is, if they have the support, if they can continue to chase their dreams, Manjai will be one of the best areas that will provide the national team with players. Because recently we have seen the likes of most of the most of the national team players they are from this areas like Serekunda, the Banjuls, and the other places.
The kind of
But
don't
the
forget.
kind of things, okay, exactly. But not forgetting about Manjai also. Manjai, damn, to my own observation, the talents I saw at Manjai is really impressive. I will encourage all the lads, all the footballers, and especially the Manjai Sport Committee to keep on developing, to keep supporting the young ones, as it will also help them in their career as footballers. Because sometimes it's not easy. You will see somebody with a very young player who will be having talent, and the person will be discouraged by saying different people, and at the end that person will end up giving up on football. Well, that person have is better than those people. Some people are there whom you know that boy can play more than them, but still those people are chasing their dreams and they are about to make it in football. Whilst that person is there, like I can say it's gonna be a waste of talent. Yeah.
Well,
Manjai, to be honest, there's football in Manjai as well.
To be honest, there is football in Manjai, and all he's talking about is consistency, be determined, and be persistent in whatever you're doing. It's very important. Consistency matters matters a lot as a professional. If you want to be a professional footballer, because you need to maintain the levels. If you didn't maintain it, come on, man, you're gonna be that flop player, and nobody dreams about after training for a couple of months.
I think
you know,
that's the thing that disturbs footballers around.
Inconsistency.
They hardly become consistent in football. They hardly chase their dreams. You see a footballer, very talented footballer, will be diverging and be doing all those kinds of things.
It's crazy.
These hard drugs and things like that.
It's
At
crazy.
the end of the day, if you travel and you have the chance, when they
go for medical checks or whatever, sometimes you fail, So I think as a footballer, you need to stay away from all these drugs or whatever, And that's a quick update. I mean, a final supposed to happen at the Brikama Boxiba Mini Stadium between Mandwar United and Fortune FA at the Brikama Mini Stadium, fondly called Boxiba, as they also claim that Brikama also is another theater of
honestly,
more entertainment or whatever, So, but there's a lot of talent in Brikama. You cannot talk about Gambian football without mentioning Brikama. I think they are really blessed with that. And then this one has to do with, our Ibrahim Okoli, as I mentioned earlier on, who scored. Actually, he did not score, but he played a very, very crucial role in their encounter against Galatasaray in the Turkey, as they knocked them 2 goals to, 4-2 on aggregate, and then proceeded to the UEFA Champions League, and they will play in Champions League football. And then Minte of all people, as they said, you can see thousands of Minte on hundreds of people in the Gambia. If you go to the market, Minte, who is having a very, very fine form in a season in Brighton. Last week he played against Manchester United and then they won. How do you see Minte's performance against United?
Yeah, Minte is a fine player, though that James Dalot couldn't give him that time. He was so tied to him that Minte couldn't get those chances. But at the further part, you'll see that he has capitalized, and his contribution to the team was equal to that of Mitoma, who completed the game and had some assist. But yet still, he didn't play the full game. He was substituted to add his man. Winger. Adingra. But at the end of the game, you'll come to see that his game contribution was equal with Mitoma, who played the full game. So he really tried.
His efforts cannot be discounted.
Yeah,
he really played a very, very crucial role in that defeat. That victory against Manchester United. As they said, sloppy Manchester United. What is your take on that encounter? What went wrong for Yanko? Don't you think he actually wanted to carry the team? Like I said, Yanko is still young. He has a long way to go. He doesn't have to take that responsibility as he is the head of the team or whatever. Even though, as we all know, Gambians are very hungry for success, and Yankuba is one of those people that will actually go to the extreme just to make sure. He grab victory, he help his team, he win games and score goals. But at that day, it was more. Although he posed some threat, but then it wasn't easy for him because Dalot was all over him. I'm saying, what was your reaction to the game?
Okay. Like Raymond rightly said, he was not given that chance. But I'm sure if he was given a little chance, that would have been
narrative could have been different.
And the result would have been different from what we are going to say today. But I think for the responsibility, I think that is part of Yangoba. That is part of Yangoba because to throw your mind back to the Afghan in Cote d'Ivoire, in Ivory Coast, in Ivory Coast, the recent
just concluded
Afghan. So we have seen Yankuba against Guinea. So like Yankuba was hungry. Yankuba, the man is always hungry for success. Whenever he puts him to the field, he always deliver to expectation. So in that game against Manchester United, I think he was not given a chance. Yeah, one can say he was not given a chance, and Jacob was running all over the place to make sure that there is no leak hole where Manchester United players can pass through. I can say he was attacking at the same time he was helping the defense as well. Because at some point in time, you will see Yankuba leaving his position to come back and help the defense and to collect the ball back again. So I think Yankuba, he's improving. Like every Yankuba is a motivation to every Gambian player. Because everyone you see right now will tell you that I want to be like Yankuba Minte. And going back to his story, like what he said, like before being a professional footballer. So many people are using that as a source of motivation. So because they will say, if Yankuba was like this and today he is playing for Brighton in the English
why
Premier
not
League,
me?
why not me? So because right now, in this evening right now, when you go out, you in fields in
everywhere,
all over Greater Banjul or all over the Gambia, you'll meet people inside the field. You'll meet boys who are ready to play football, and everybody, what are they going to tell you is that we want to be like Yankuba. Whenever Yankuba can do it, we also can do it as well.
If Yankuba can do it, we can do it as well. I think we're almost at the tail of the program. But before we take a leave of you, I will give out, transfer updates, from Sky Sports. Southampton, remains in discussion over the potential signing of Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale, but they are not close to an agreement and have other options they are pursuing. The clubs has been in talks for some time, and although Saints have discussed the numbers again today, they are not nearing an agreement, contrary to reports elsewhere. Southampton has as many as 4 or 5 other goalkeepers targets they are working on. Ramsdale's valuation at Arsenal still too high for them to reach. Ramsdale is also on a sizable wage at Emirates after signing a new contract in May 2023 that runs until 2026. Ajax also remain interested, but again, the value of the purchase on any loan deal remains too high for them. Arsenal have preferred to sell Ramsdale this summer. If he leaves, they are likely to accelerate a deal for Espanyol goalkeeper Juan Cassier. He is thought to have a £25 million, €30 million release clause in his Espanyol contract, although remains to be seen whether that can change the negotiation or whatever. Well, that's it. I think Aaron Ramsdale is one of Arsenal good keepers, I could say, So, but then teams are afraid to have him due to his, wage. The money is too much. Arsenal are paying him a huge amount of money, so that's why so many teams are afraid to actually accept the loan deal. I think that brings us to the end of this program. But before we take a leave of you, Isaac Juf, can you actually say a few words? Before we wrap up, and then we move to say as well.
Yeah, we'll always be here with you on Wednesday and every Wednesday to review our sports with you, and we're hoping for your comments, to see your comments and your likes and your encouragements as well. Yeah, that's all we are.
Thank you very much, Isaac.
Okay, thank you, viewers. And what I'm going to say is like this forum is decentralized. We are not only going to focus at Serekunda East or Manjai or Serekunda West. This is a show of local football. Wherever our service is needed, we will be there. We are going to cover all over the, if possible, even we are going all the way like Modu just did. He brought a correspondent from Basse who gave us updates on the ongoing Nawetan at Basse. So it's not a sport show that will always depend on the Greater Banjul area. We have to shift our attention to the provinces as well, because we have a lot of raw talents in the provinces as well. So to advise the viewers and listeners to keep watching, and as they will be seeing more and more updates from this sport review. Thank you.
Thank you, Yahya Seri. As they rightly mentioned, well, that brought us to the curtail of the program. Keep watching Gambian Talents TV as we bring you a Wednesday sports review from 4 p.m. to 5. But today, due to electricity, we're a bit late, and then we could not start the program on time. And then I hope you enjoy this sports, review, and we'll bring in you updates as far as sports is concerned. Like I said, probably bring you 90% of local sports focus in the Gambia and 10% beyond our continent. And then I've been your host, Modlamin Job, and of course with my two hosts. On my right, Isaac Juve, and of course on my left, Yahya Sedi. Thanks for your company. Keep watching Gambian Talents TV and keep enjoying. Keep stay tuned.
Sana nala mulu sulo be kankatola Komori al Mario jatobe kankatola
Benjamin, the Koran in the Nansama Manong, Kanataba Samala, Koral Pige Karokari, Sedamondinjo, Sanji Kilin, Sanji Fula, Torfananinta, Fuare Abedam, Yinim Fautinano, Kununja Manata, Sama Fentina, Koral Pige Karokari, Sedamondinjo.
Yoddu sa xat te quality jas na ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jas na pire soo ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality jas na your number one stop shop. Ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality jas na amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi. amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice white fàttewuñ fa diw yi. ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jas na amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg. dama ne atum ren jii ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jas na ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi. make-up artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay make-up product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofu sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality jas na si 250 0124 ak quality jas na taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye bégal sa alaaji.
US Beauty.
ana jeeg ñi ana jege maari ana xale yi ana góor ñu
US Beauty.
ana jeeg ñi ana jege maari ana xale yi ana góor ñu bugg seen jigéen te dama ne kër san sa dikkana waaye US Beauty Supply and Hair Studio fii si biir Gambia ñu jox leen mees yu rafet 100% human hair lépp loon na ma nag si beauty products ñu jox la ko emuma foofu de seen xale yi dem school maa ngi leen amal baag waaye di yéen ñi nga xam ne nag yéen a ngee dem liggéey